right, y'all. Break time is officially over. Class has begun. So you need to take out your journals and start working on the do now, silent, and solo. If you have your notes from yesterday, it might help you answer the questions in the do now. Aaron and Brian. Aaron and Brian. It is now level 0. Can you close the door for me, please? Close the door for me, please. Thank you. All right. Level 0. The questions on the do now are based on the notes that we did yesterday. So I'm only going to give you 3 minutes. You don't need to write the question. You just need to write the answer. And I gave you a sentence starter. You don't need to write the question, you just need to write the answer. And I gave you a sentence starter. So, everybody should be writing. Amy's going, Allison's going, Noemi's going. Where did I see those letters yesterday? What did I just say? You did the homework. If you have your notes from yesterday, it might help you remember. I see some people being resourceful and pulling out their notes from yesterday. Some people are looking at their homework from yesterday. All good strategies. All good strategies. Amy's already writing down. Allison's already writing down. Looking at her notes. Good job. Great job, Noemi. It's your homework. Yeah, it might help you. It has some of the stuff. Okay. English only. You don't need to write the question. You do need to write the answer. So the sentence with the blanks, you need to write. But instead of the blanks, you need to fill in the blanks. Come on, guys, you know this. You know this stuff. I said you don't have to write the answer. Okay. Okay. It's good. You used your resources. It's good. Okay, he's going. Hennessy's is looking at her notes. He's also looking at his notes. Noemi, you still need the answer to the next question. You got the first one. Yeah. You got it? Yeah. Good. Good. What's the first one?
Can I help you?
Silent solo. She needs to look. You found it. You should be able to find it. Silent solo. I appreciate you wanting to help her. Oh, okay. Ooh, the timer went off. And it didn't even sound. Okay. All right. So, let's go ahead and go over it together. Okay? So, flat tire. That means all eyes up here, pencils down. Let's go over it together. All right, so we said, what do we use the SWBST method for? think about what we did yesterday and what those words stand for. I'm going to go with Noemi because she's so excited about sharing the answer. All right, Noemi, tell us what it's used for.
We use the CWB.
C? No.
S. SWBST method to summarize.
Summarize. Everybody say summarize.
Summarize the story.
Good. Oops, isn't working for some reason. Let's try it again. So we said we use the SWBST method to summarize specifically a fictional story. If I say a story is fiction, is the story real or false?
False.
False. So this is to summarize stories that are made up, right? Fantasy stories, science fiction stories, stories that are not real. Okay? Movies like the ones that we were watching yesterday are all fiction stories. Stories that are not, what we'll say? They're not what? Fiction stories are not
Real.
real. Okay. Okay, so pay attention. All right. So, what does SWB, ooh, let me go back. What does summarize mean?
The story is not real.
Yesterday, you were summarizing a movie. Raise your hand. You were summarizing a movie. So what does summarize mean, Jose? Nope, try it in English.
Here, describing a movie.
Describing a movie? Kind of. We're going to go more into what summarize means. It's kind of like describing a movie. You want to build on that?
Describe a fictional story.
Describe a fictional story. All good points. We're going to go into more specific what summarizing is in a second because we went over it very briefly yesterday and then we just started doing it. So today I'm going to tell you more about what a summary really is, and that way you understand when you're writing how you want to write it, okay? Students, so SWB, oops, not students, that was wrong. SWBST is short for what? What are the words that SWBST stands for? Someone other than Noemi, because she gave me the first one. Let's see, Genesis, give it a try.
SWBST is short for someone.
Keep going.
Somebody.
Give confidence, go ahead.
That, some, and then.
Okay, so they're short for someone or somebody. Same thing, somebody or someone. Someone wanted, but so then. If you put somebody, it's the same thing. You could keep it the same. Somebody wanted, but so then. Okay, I probably should have put somebody, that's on me. Okay, why do we use somebody wanted, but so then? Remember, these words are linked to questions. Do you guys remember that? So let's go over today's objective, because this is going to help us answer these questions. Let's go over today's objective. Let's see. What have I not heard from? Jose, will you read me the objective, please?
I will do summarize a story using the summary once.
Wanted.
So then SWBST
Method. So, as long as you guys can remember what these letters stand for, when you're reading a story and trying to summarize it, it'll be easy to know what pieces of the story you're going to need in the summary, okay? I'm going to pass out a notes packet for you guys. So you guys can go ahead and put away your journals. Put away your journals. The only thing you're going to need at this point is going to be the packet. Okay? And this one. That's right. Thank you. Thank you.
English first name.
I'm glad you're telling yourself no. Alright, so let's go back to what is summarizing. Flat time. I see Genesis has her paper on her desk. She has her pencil ready to go. She's listening and looking at. Alright, so what is summarizing? We said we use the SWBST method to summarize a story. But what does summarizing mean, Miss Lozada? Okay, well, when we're summarizing, we're telling the most important parts of a story. We're telling the most important parts of the story. And here's another piece that's very important. I see some of you guys are already filling in the blanks on your paper. Good. Jose, this is your warning. You need to be following along. I know you're following along if you're filling in your notes on your paper. Okay? Y'all know the drill. Okay? Summarizing is when you tell what part of the story? I only heard Yumi do it. What part of the story are we summarizing? The most important parts. Say that one more time. The most important parts.
The most important parts.
So, and the other part is it has to be in your own words. In your own words. I'm going to give you a moment to write it down. And the last part is we don't include every detail. We don't include every detail. So if you're watching a movie and I tell you to summarize the movie, are you going to tell me every single thing that happened in the movie?
No.
No. If you read a book and I ask you to summarize the book, are you going to tell me every single thing that happened in the book?
No.
No. Are you going to copy the book?
No.
No. Because the summary is short. It only tells me the most important parts. And it's in what? In your own words. Good. Allison was listening. All right. We use it with what kind of stories?
Fiction.
Fiction stories. We went over that a second ago. And then the last part is what the method is used for. The SWBST method is what we use to help us summarize a story. So I keep on repeating these letters because the letters are linked to words. And if you can remember the order of the letters, you can remember what the words linked to the letters are. So when you're summarizing, it'll be easy to remember what parts of the story you need to make sure to include in your summary. Okay? Okay, so let's do a quick review. In your packet, you have this page. Turn the page in your packet. Turn the page in your packet. Okay? And I want you to review the questions that go with each word. Right? Take a moment to read the questions that go with each word. Okay? Meanwhile, I'm going to pass back your homework. Pass back your homework. Not your homework, sorry, your classwork from yesterday. So, this was the first time we were doing summaries, okay? If you didn't get a 5 out of 5 this time, don't go, ugh, and toss it. No. I want you to see, why didn't I get a 5 out of 5? What was I missing? What did Ms. Quesada say was not complete? You learn from the mistakes, okay? Especially if you're doing it the first time, you're going to make so many mistakes, that's okay. All right? If your summary today is better than the summary from yesterday, your homework summary, I will replace the bad grade with the good grade. Okay? All right. And it's a classwork grade, so it doesn't count for a lot. This is just to tell you what you need to work on. Okay? All right. Mr. Jose. All right, so let's go over it. Hold on, before you get all like upset. I told you, mistakes are okay. We learn from them, and we get better, right? So here's what I noticed. Our classwork was on the movie The Bird, okay? There are 5 parts to this summary that we have to answer. We want to answer, what you guys did really well was answering the somebody, what the somebody wanted, and then telling me how it ended. Where we had a little bit of trouble, you need your eyes up here, please. Sit up, eyes up here. Where we had a little bit of trouble was in the but and so parts. look at your notes. Tell me, when we're talking about the but of the story, what are we focusing on? What are we focusing on? So the part of your notes that you want to look at is right here. What are we focusing on when we're looking at but and so? Take a second. Turn and talk to a partner if you... Actually, let's do that. Turn and talk to a partner. What are you focusing on when you're writing about the but in your summary? What are we explaining to the person that didn't watch the movie when we're saying the but part? What are we focusing on? When you're writing about this part in your summary, what are you telling the reader about? When you're focusing on this part of your summary, what are you explaining to the reader? Okay, flat tire. Do I have your attention? All right, do you guys remember this diagram that I showed you?
Yes.
Do you remember that I explained that every story will have a beginning, right, where characters are introduced? The part where the author tells us what the characters want, what the main character wants. And then we start to be explained what the problem is. Yes? So the characters want something, but they can't get it because what? When we're talking about the but, we're talking about what got in the way of the characters getting what they wanted. So let's go over the beginning. In this case, the question for you guys, for this part, is who is the main character? Who is the main character in this movie? Who is the main character? Raise your hand. Who is the main character? No, I mean. The small birds, right? Do we agree, disagree? Yeah? Okay. And then, what did those small birds want? I already gave it to you, right? On here it says, what did the main character want? I'm about to give Noemi a deposit, and I'm about to pull sticks for those that aren't participating. Because Noemi just gave me the first box, so that's you who has to give me the next one. Genesis. What did the small birds want? What did you write? No, what did you write? Because you had partially correct, so let's see what we were missing. They don't want the big bird? Where? That's why your sentence is incomplete. They don't want the big bird where? On the cable. So maybe on yours where I said incomplete, you need to tell me. They didn't want him where? Because you just said, no quería, but you didn't give me more. I needed a little more detail. Where did they not want him? They didn't want the big bird on the cable, right? Or if we wanted to use it, so that would be the negative. They didn't want the big bird close to them on the cable. We could have also said they wanted the big bird to go away, right? They wanted him to go away. What made it difficult to make the big bird go away? So we would say they wanted the big bird to go away. But, what happened? Think about the movie.
I don't remember.
You don't remember the movie? Do we need to watch the movie again? I'm going to fast forward into that part though. Okay. Let's see if I can play it without having to make the big screen. Okay, I'm going to keep it small like that because I want you to keep thinking about what the but would be. Okay? Play. These are our main characters, right? Small birds, main characters. This is our somebody. problem. Right? Some of you included this in your summary. They started making fun of the big bird. Okay, that's a good detail to include. They wanted the big bird to get away from them. Okay. Okay, so but what happens? Okay, so I'm going to pause it there. But what happens? They want the big bird to go away. Pero ¿qué está pasando? But what happens? What is happening that's causing the problem? I will ask me in English. Yes, you may say it in Spanish.
Que cuando él se puso en el cable solo se bajó y todos los pájaros se juntaron.
Okay, cool. Yes, I would love you to include all those details. For the purpose of this part, I'm going to make your answer a little more short. And I'm going to say, the big bird wouldn't leave, right? They wanted him to go away, and then instead, he goes whoop, right in the middle. Did he leave? Did he go away?
No.
No. So our main problem here with this bird is that he's not wanting to leave. The big bird kept trying to sit on the cable with them. That is our main problem, right? They want him to go away, but the big bird keeps trying to sit with them. So, what did the little birds do? Because the so part is the question, how did the character deal or solve the problem? Deal means lidiar con. How did the characters deal with the problem? Turn and talk to a partner. How would you explain what the characters did to deal with the big bird, with the problem? What did they do? Turn and talk, you mean?
Our peak of the
Ah, okay, I see Allison doing this. Picar con el pico, peck. The word is peck in English.
No, es que estaba haciendo así bostezando, pues yo estaba haciendo.
But Allison was. Okay.
The numbers are peak her feet.
Pecking at his feet. Okay, pecking at his feet. So check how you wrote it in your English.
Mira, mi verdad, you are repeat 2 times on.
Ah, okay. Don't copy that then. I made a mistake. Good catch, you know what I mean? Good catch. I'm gonna give you a ticket for that. Good job. All right. Who got tired? Okay. I'm gonna go with Ian or Jose. Which one of you would like to explain what the birds did?
So the mom birds were mad because the big birds didn't want to get off the cable.
So what did they do? I know that they're mad. What did they do to deal with the problem? Maybe I should have given you a half point here. I'm just realizing. Because the question is, what did they do to deal with the problem? I heard it. Other people were saying it. Allison, you want to give it a try? What did the big little birds do to deal, para lidiar, with the problem? Listen in, Jose, because you're going to need to correct it. Huh? They peck what? They pecked the feet. of the big bird, right? They pecked the feet of the big bird. The little bird started pecking at his feet, at the big bird's feet. Right? So then the big bird, and all of you guys had this part. The big bird fell, and the little birds shot into the sky. And then when the little birds fell, they were bald. You remember the ending, right? Okay. So this is what your summary should have looked like. This is an exemplar of what your summary should have looked like in the end. Do you notice that I have certain words in here? What are some words that I made sure I included in my summary?
Wanted, but, wanted.
Ah, is Mommy the only one here?
Sombo.
Your summaries are always, always, always going to include wanted, but, so, and then. You won't always have the somebody because the somebody you explain who the characters are. So for homework yesterday, you guys did another movie. Who remembers what movie you guys did last night?
Dante lunch.
Don't shout out. Who is the main character in Dante's Lunch? Raise your hand and tell me who the main character in Dante's Lunch is. Jose, are you raising your hand? Okay, well, I think you're raising your hand, so I'm going to call on you anyway. Who is the main character in Dante's Lunch? Dante. It tells you in the title, right? So instead of saying the main character is, I could just say, because in this case, we didn't know who the main character was. We didn't know the names, right? So we had to explain the main characters are the small birds. But in this case, when we do a summary for Dante, we're going to say, Dante what? We already said who the main character is. Dante, what's the next word that I should say after Dante? So I'm answering these questions. Somebody wanted, but, so, then. Dante wanted. So there you tell me the somebody, and then you told me the wanted. I'm going to let you work in partners to review the answers that you gave me for your homework. Take out your bathroom pass. You're going to review the answers with a partner, okay? Eyes on me. I'm giving you the instructions first, okay? And your final summary needs to look like this. It needs to have the word wanted, but, so, and then. And what has to come after the but and the so is what was the problem? What did the main character have to do? What did he do to try to solve the problem? And then you tell me how he started to resolve it, right? Okay? I'm going to help you with this part while you guys are working in groups because I know this is the hardest part of the summarizing process. But I need to see how well you can do it by yourself, and then I can help and see what you need help with. Okay? Okay? So, you guys already watched, everybody watched the movie, yes?
No.
Lies. Take out your homework. Take out your homework. I checked that everybody had it, so take out your homework. Take out your homework. I'm going to give you 10 seconds to take out your homework. 10, 9, 8, 7. The longer you take, the less time you have for your exit ticket, and you're going to be doing an exit ticket right now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You should have had your homework already done. I'm only going to give you 5 minutes to, with a partner, see if you made sure you included what the character planned to do to fix the problem, and then what he did. Okay? So think about the movie, the Dante movie, and what I'll do is I'll play it while you guys are thinking about it. Okay? Vale? What was that?
English first.
You should be working with a partner on this. I don't see anybody.
Can I?
I'm only giving you guys 5 minutes for this. If you turn it in and do it wrong, and then you do it wrong on your exit ticket, that's your bad for not taking this time to work on it so I can give you feedback.
Huh? We want to
I'm gonna write it low volume.
Vamos a ver. Ay, yo pongo. El primero es Dan, the name the wanted is the dog, wanted the bone, el hueso.
Good, Yumi.
Por eso, pero es lo mismo.
Let me see your bending knee. Like it's it is. Yumi, good job.
Bueno, pues sería el
You
tercero
put
es
the
the
main
bone,
character is Dante. So, name, and if you're gonna have it like this needs to be complete sentence. The main character is.
¿Qué quiere decir en español?
This is a name. So what do you do with the name?
Es difícil para el hueso.
Where's your homework, Jose?
Oh my gosh, Genesis. Alright,
You need to be working with him to see if you did it right.
un error.
Ah, okay. I love that you noted the fact that it's a dog. Good.
Okay, ahora
Dante tried to grab a bone. I would give you credit for the information. I would not give you credit for how you wrote it. Because this should be in present tense or in past tense. Your choice. If you're writing in present, the whole thing needs to be present. If you're writing it try. Okay.
mañana no queda la clínica.
Let's see. Okay, so what made it difficult was the bone moved and Dante cannot catch the bone. That's repetitive.